Hello and welcome. So you might remember I did a review of the floppy, the Mapmaker issue number 1. A year ago? 2 years ago? Gosh, it feels like it's been a long time. Well, if you saw my video the other day, you know that the writer, whose name I'm not going to butcher today, right there, sent me a package and it had the Mapmaker trade, volume 1 and 2, and also mechanics in floppy. And I thought, hey, this is the perfect opportunity for me to actually read the Matchmaker because I never saw the trade paperback from Scout Comics of the Matchmaker show up. Matchmaker. Matchmaker. Yeah. Anyway, the Mapmaker. There we go. Weak in English. But I never saw the trade paperback show up in my store. Scout Comics published it. Never saw it. But my shopkeeper did buy a couple of the floppies. I think the floppy was just like $2.99, and it was this weird thing that Scout was doing where they would put out like the floppy number 1, and then tell you to buy the trade paperback. Which I don't know that worked out right for anybody. It's an interesting experiment. Hope nobody lost any money. I don't know. So anyway, here we are. This book is big. For comparison, let's grab a mechanics. If I can actually pick one up. You can kind of do a size comparison. Book is big. You know, we're like straight up in like magazine or prestige format territory here. Kind of cool. Definitely kind of cool. It actually, and this is going to be funny, it actually felt kind of luxurious reading this. So we've got our dude here is chasing the Mapmaker. He wants the power that the Mapmaker has because the Mapmaker, as we learn, like 20 pages in, he has a magic map. He uses the light, and that creates land masses or removes land masses. It's really neat, and it's a great gimmick for a treasure hunt. Yeah, here he is. Look, he's wiping the island he's at off the map, and then that island you can see kind of down there. The mist shows up, and the island goes poof. I think this guy's name is Legrand or something like that, and he's the evil captain. For the sake of my sanity, I'm just going to call him Evil Captain. We also have the not so evil captain right there, Lei. I think her name is Lei Li, and she's like, kind of like Jack Sparrow, like the free-spirited, independent, yo ho ho pirates thing, but the pirates aren't all evil murderers. I love pirate stories, by the way. They're a lot of fun. I wish more pirate media was actually fun to watch because a lot of it kind of lackluster. One of the great, how do I put it? Great disappointments in my life was that Pirates of Dark Water never got an ending. It was like 60 episodes or something in that show. That might be an exaggeration. And they never finished it. We never got them to resolve the Dark Water. Anyway, I digress. So they're also looking for the Mapmaker because they're bringing the Mapmaker a successor. And I think the successor is a little kid back here because he's always reading and stuff like that. So the Mapmaker vanished, but he sent off a pigeon. The pigeon gave him a note. The note says to go somewhere and talk to somebody. And sure enough, that's what they're going to go do. And I'm trying to find, yeah, here we go. Right here. And this is I got one complaint in this book. And I think it's a bad editing job. Because I've read this, I got to this page, which I think was not in the original floppy comic. Well, I'm going to adjust my microphone slightly. I don't think this stuff after here was in the original floppy. I think it might have ended with them coming into port here. Or something. Yeah, I think the original floppy ended somewhere in here before things got really serious. I could be wrong. I didn't actually go dig it out to reread it because this is the superior way to look at this stuff. These pages are so big and comfy. The art looks good on this paper too. But this very bottom panel down here, like up here, I'd be surprised if he could, but he did send us his coordinates. And then Lei, who was talking up here, oh, but that means you can find him. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the old lady. And that this bubble over here, well, it's not that simple. You've been in the mist with him. Surely it's supposed to be from Lay talking to the old lady, and then the old lady, oh, that was a very long time ago. Like, that's the only way these bubbles make sense. So I think there's a little editing slip up here. I don't know if that's been fixed in subsequent editions or not. Cool looking little compass. And as we go on through here, we get all kinds of shenanigans. The evil captain starts searching the town, trying to figure out what the good captain is after, who they're talking to, that kind of stuff. All sorts of crazy shenanigans happen. There's humor, there's danger, there's some stakes. We get sword fights and swashbuckling. We get a little comedy interrupting it. To great effect. We're kind of borrowing the stuff that they did in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, where there was a mix of action and comedy. This book leans a little more towards the comedy side than the action side, but that's okay. It's just kind of fun. And I had an absolute blast reading this. The art looks good. The pacing is fantastic. It was a very comfy read. There's some neat back matter back here, which looks good. The book itself looks good. This is pretty dope. I don't know what Scout Comics was thinking by just publishing like issue number 1 and then telling people to go buy the trade, because I bet they could have sold floppies of all those issues. I do notice that this doesn't have the Scout Comic logo on it, so I'm thinking this is like the original Australian printing of the book. That's my guess. Thank you again for sending this to me. This was an awesome read, dude. And to all of you out there, like, you should go check this out. Like, I don't know where you can buy this, but if you go look for the Mapmaker comic, or here, just go to his website. Just go to his website. You can check this out. And the back cover looks pretty cool too. I like it. I like that design. And so what I'm left with here, I haven't read volume 2, and as soon as I get done talking to you, I'm going to go read it. Like, that's where I am with this book. It got me like that pumped up. I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Have a great one. Bye-bye.